Hey guys, in today's lick I'm going to be looking at a kind of Hendrix style, kind of country inspired little double stop lick using a C pentatonic major. Now, these kind of style of licks, this kind of Hendrix style, if you can see your pentatonic minor and pentatonic major scales all over the neck, it's really quite a simple concept to use. Really all you're doing is you're grabbing chunks of those scales. Normally when you're playing single kind of notes, but what we want to do is just kind of grab pairs of strings, all that type of stuff, and it gives you that kind of a bit more of a thicker kind of sound, almost kind of improvising with little chordal chunks rather than using single notes. So the first part of this goes like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be sliding, I'm batting the 8th fret here on the B and E strings, and what I'm actually seeing here, you've got, if you know your kind of caged forms, I've got C pentatonic major G form here, okay, then I've kind of got this E form here, okay, it looks like A pentatonic minor, but it's not, it's C pentatonic major in this context. So that'll the first little bit. I'm going to be batting at the 8th fret, the B and E strings with the first finger, and I'm going to slide up to the 10th fret and then back to that 8th fret there. Okay, and then the next little phrase goes like this. So you can see I'm grabbing the shape of the scale on the G and the B strings here, and I'm using my first finger at the 7th fret of the G, my second finger's playing the 8th fret of the B string there. And what I'm going to do is I'm kind of playing a little lick, it goes like this, but I'm bringing in the B string just to make it a little bit thicker sounding. So what I'm doing here is I'm hitting the G and the B strings, hammering and pulling off from the 7th to 9th fret, back to the 7th fret in the G string with this third finger here. And then my fourth finger plays 10th fret the D, and then I play the G and B strings again with that little shape. So it kind of goes like this. Yeah, it's a really nice kind of way of playing that, just makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay. The next little phrase goes like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to go into this kind of G form of the C pentatonic major, and I'm going to slide kind of a parallel with this, you know. I'm going to slide from the 5th to the 7th fret and back, and I'm batting the D and the G strings with the first finger here. Okay, so I just hit those two strings, and then the fourth note of that kind of little group of 16ths is the 7th fret of the A string there, so it kind of goes like this. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to slide to the 5th fret in the A string, and then my first finger plays the root note, or C, 3rd fret of the A string there. So this kind of goes like that. Okay, and then we end it off with this, which is quite a cool little, almost kind of country kind of vibe to it. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to slide from the 5th to the 7th fret back in the A string with the 3rd finger, and then I'm putting my first finger onto a root note, onto a C in the G string there, so it's the 5th fret of the G string with the first finger. But what I want to do is let this A string ring out as I play the G string at the same time, so I hear both notes. So it kind of goes like that. So you let both those notes ring. What you've got here is kind of a little inverted third. That's a root note, and that's actually a third, major third. So it kind of really hooks into the kind of major sound of this. So if I go through all that, I've got the first little phrase goes like this. Then I have a little. Then we have our. Okay, a little bit faster. Okay, so it's quite a cool little thing in C major. Hooks into that kind of southern rock vibe and stuff as well as a kind of Hendrix kind of vibe. You know, muck about with this concept. You know, even this is in pentatonic major, you could do the same thing in pentatonic minor. Just take chunks. You know, not 2 strings, do 3 strings. You know, you get this really cool, all the familiar notes of your pentatonics, but you're playing them in more of a kind of chordal manner, you know. So have a lot of fun with that. As usual, check out the Facebook page and the Twitter. Follow on Twitter. As I said, there's stuff that crops up there that you don't normally see, the YouTube channel or on the Master the Guitar website. And I'll see you for the next lick.